This is why 2019 was the worst year of my life.
ESPN.
Beginning of the year, I had one friend, and well, I ended up not having that friend because I'm a stupid little bitch and I let my feelings get in the way of everything I do. So that was fun. That was a fun experience. I cried a lot. Like, when I say a lot, I mean a lot. And then, kind of towards like summer, I guess I kind of became someone different. I started summer school to graduate early, which was the best choice I could have ever made because I met the most incredible, nicest people. And like, I felt like they were, like, I could see a part of me in them, and it made me get along with them so easy. And I still talk to some of those people to this day. You know, even though we might not be the closest, we always had a good time with each other. So then it was the end of summer. I was working, this and that. And then I kind of reconnected with some old friends. And we hung out. We had a little day to ourselves. And then school started. I started online school because I was sick. I had missed 56 days the previous year. So I was like, let me just do online school to just make it easier on myself, but in reality it wasn't. So pretty much dropped out of online school, went back to regular public school, and things weren't the same. I went back and it just felt cold around the friends that I used to have. And I don't know, I kind of pushed it aside, shoved it to the back of my mind, thinking like, oh, maybe it's because like they kind of weren't expecting me back, so they'll warm up to me, I guess, again. A month or so passed, and it nothing ever changed. A few, like 2 months passed, nothing changed. So finally, I said, fuck it, just go back to eating lunch with my teacher like I did last year. And that was fine for a while until I felt like, okay, Ava, you need to fucking man up and go talk to them about your problems. So that's what I did. And the day I went to go sit back, I don't know, I couldn't talk about what I was feeling and what I was going through because I couldn't find the words to explain it. So I ended up sitting with them again without even really explaining myself and why I felt isolated and why I just felt like I didn't belong anymore, like I was replaced or whatever. And then one day I don't know, I kind of just broke, I snapped. And I had a full-on panic attack in the bathroom. And I literally like made my nose bleed. Like that's how bad it was. And then from there, I went home. I started taking my meds again, even though they didn't work the first time. So I didn't expect them to work the second time. So then it was probably maybe like a month later, and I sat with new people. And it was kind of a strange new transition, but I got through it until I couldn't get through it. I had felt like everything was my fault, and the reason why people didn't want to be around me was because I was just too much. I had too much baggage. And I tried to make a cry out for help to one of my old friends who had always been there for me until he wasn't, and he never responded. So about a week or two later, I tried killing myself. And that's probably the biggest wake-up call I could ever get from this year. When I had gotten into an argument with my parents, and they were like, why aren't you happy? And I was just like, what if I made life easier for y'all? What if I just killed myself? What if I was just gone? And they were like, I guess that finally made them realize, like, you're not happy, you need help. And that was the first time I had ever said anything like that in front of my dad, which made his heart hurt and realize, I wasn't there for my daughter, the way I should have been. And it's not even their fault, So I went to the hospital. They made me take off shoelaces, everything, earrings, jewelry. And they had watched me from a little camera just to make sure I wouldn't try anything. And they even took away a soda can from my dad just because they thought it might trigger me or something. And I was on isolation, so I can only use spoons. Which was funny to me at the moment because I was like, this isn't me. This isn't, I'm not happy. I do want to die, but I don't want to. What's wrong with me? So we went to the rehab place, and I left that same night because I realized I can get help somewhere else, and somewhere that'll treat me so much better than this place. That's what I did. I started therapy. I started going to group therapy as well, and it was such a good, I'm so much more happier now than I was at the beginning of the year. And I look back at messages from all my old friends and stuff, and I'm like, I wasn't happy. I put on such an act and facade just for them, just to make them happy, just to make it seem like I was happy, but I wasn't. And I was crying out for help without even realizing it, and I guess they didn't realize it either. And this is my first time actually talking about my suicide attempt, which is crazy because I tried when I was a lot younger. The first time I tried, I was in 4th grade, and then the next time I tried, I was in 6th grade. So I went a good 4 years without even relapsing or anything until I just didn't love myself. I didn't want to be alive anymore. I couldn't put myself through so much pain and hell anymore because of these people, and I think losing my last friend really, really hit me hard because they were the one that was there for me for a lot. I would text them when I was having a panic attack. I would call them, and you don't know what you have until it's gone, and I really learned that lesson. But now I am happy. I am with a group of people that I love and care about, my family, and I have a way better relationship with them. So I think it's good that I've grown from this. But 2019 was such a shitty year, and I don't think I deserved it or anything, And the people that were there for me, I fucking love them, dude. I have such a good relationship with my best friend. We rekindled everything. And I made new friends too. I rekindled old friendships over it ended because of some petty stuff, and now I love them to death. And I think now that I'm surrounding myself with happiness and positivity instead of trauma and pettiness and all that, I've really grown mentally and developed so much. And it's really helped the healing process of it all. So, one thing I could say to 2019 is, fuck you, suck a dick, and here's to 2020, where my real life begins. See you guys next time.